It's
Yeah.
probably one of convenience. It might be
Maybe a disconnect.
there might be more difficult ways to be vegan to attain, the same taste or the same type of
Yeah.
comfort that you get from eating, you know, protein from animals.
So, what do you think about oppression? Would you say it's bad? Oppression. I mean, not.
Oh, oppression.
Yeah, a lot of
Okay,
people
so
understand
either-
different. Exactly, a lot of
Okay.
people understand. No, I mean
Oppression. No, I
oppression.
think it's bad.
It's bad. Okay. Why is oppression bad? Why is it bad to oppress a person?
Usually it's against their will.
Yeah, I like so they don't give consent, right?
See? Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Any comment?
Putting that on the spot here. It's definitely a negative.
Pushes people down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Typically it's for a negative reason.
Would you say they feel bad?
Sure.
Would you say it's bad because they feel bad? Is there any other reason to oppress somebody other than them feeling bad about it?
Some usually has a monetary reason behind it.
Monetary
Yeah, let's assume there's no monetary reasons or power behind it.
Yes. Sure. I guess then that would be the only reason.
Yeah, because
They're feeling a little push to that direction, but sure.
yeah, no, I mean, I
Okay.
mean, the idea is, let me ask it a different way, because if I want to go and punch somebody on the street right now, why would that be bad to do?
Yeah.
Aside from the legality side of it, right?
Sure.
Just the moral
Sure.
side to it.
Wouldn't be a
You're hurting someone.
yeah.
I'm hurting somebody, right? Because I know they would feel pain because I would empathize with them, and it would just be bad to put a person in that perspective, right?
Yeah.
I would say that's called sentience, right? Because that person is sentient. Do you know what sentience is?
Yes.
Yeah, it means
Thoughts.
they experience the world around them. They have thoughts, they have emotions, they feel all sorts of stuff, right? So in that sense, all the animals that we farm for our food are also sentient, right? So then let me ask you, how do you feel about all the animals in animal agriculture? Do you think the fact that we do all of these awful things to them?
Yeah, it is awful.
Yeah. Do you think it's moral what we do to them?
I think it has a different level of morality, maybe,
Yeah.
than a human, but it still can be tough on
Right.
conscience for that.
Yeah, because they're sentient also, right? So if it's bad to hurt a human being, it would be bad to hurt an animal for the same reasons, because they're sentient, right? They would feel pain, they would have emotions about it, and all of that. Okay, so then let me ask you: are you vegan?
No.
No. we're not.
Okay. Do you know what veganism is?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you walk me through it just to be sure that you have the right definition?
No animal
No
products
animal products are
consumed or used
Yeah, and why do you think we do that?
to not oppress animals.
Exactly. To not oppress animals. So
I know
veganism.
where you're going. Okay.
Love it. So veganism is a moral principle where we oppose the idea that animals should be exploited, abused, or slaughtered for our own needs.
Yeah.
Well, not for our own needs, for our own wants, right? Because the reality is we don't need to consume animal products.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
We can survive and thrive without them. So in that sense, when we do consume animal products, we make a conscious choice where we put an animal through exploitative practices, through in a place where we wouldn't otherwise put a human being, right?
Yeah.
So then, what is keeping you from? Since I would assume you will oppose all of this, what I'm saying. So then, what is keeping you from aligning your actions with your morals and not
Yeah.
participating in any of it?
You're assuming we don't participate.
I asked you if you're vegan. I assume,
Oh, you know.
I asked you if you're vegan
Okay.
before
I
that.
thought you- okay.
It's
Yeah.
probably one of convenience.
Yeah.
It might be
Maybe a disconnect from the.
right. Uh, it's probably more. There might be more difficult ways to be vegan to attain, the same taste or the same type of
Yeah.
comfort that you get from eating, protein from animals.
Okay.
But yeah,
But let's assume because we can get, like if we speak about nutrition, we can get nutrition from plants, right?
yes,
And we can also get obviously excellent taste from plants because anyway, on top of animal products, we add spices, which are basically plants
Right,
anyway,
right.
right? So we can obviously get excellent taste. And nowadays, you even have these plant-based meats, which are so similar and in taste that,
Yep.
yeah, there is a taste difference. But do you think that the taste difference that is there justifies what we do to the animals?
I
probably
think it would
not.
need to be supported and promoted more.
Yeah, exactly. So I like to thank you for coming and doing the social experiment with me, and that's kind of what I want to get people thinking more about, right? Because
True, yeah.
number one, this is happening every single day for us, and number two, if you choose to participate in it, animals do go into slaughterhouses. They are exploited on your behalf for you.
Yes.
So in that sense, do you think you're complicit in that area?
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
In
it's
some ways.
something, there's a disconnect there, so you can often go about and not think about that.
Yeah.
It's great for you to bring it to our attention.
Yeah, and I'll provide you with several resources to help you. Maybe you want to go vegan and to learn more about the practices in animal agriculture because the practices are just horrific. For example, let me just as a quick example, do you know about what happens to dairy cows?
Yes, we do. We have
There's
some information on
some-
that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you walk me through it? I just want to
We-
be sure because
well,
there's so much
Going through
mixed.
the slaughterhouses.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still go to slaughterhouses. They get forcefully impregnated because dairy cows
Keep them
only produce.
lactating.
Yeah, to keep them lactating exactly. Their baby is separated from the mother there, which is already terrible for them. If the baby is a male, they get slaughtered. If the baby is a female, they get in the same cycle as their mothers, year over year forceful impregnation. And yeah, when the farmer can no longer justify keeping them alive financially, they go to a slaughterhouse. And all of these beings, they're just like you and me. They have emotions. They feel pain. They feel. I mean, if you have owned a pet like a dog or a cat,
Yeah.
cows are very similar in that way.
Yeah.
They're almost identical to. Like, in fact, there's footage online of cows playing with a ball and bringing them
Yeah.
back,
Right,
much like a
right.
dog would.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
So, in
Well,
that sense, yeah. What is it that you want to take going forward from this?
Well, I
discussion?
think it's great to make us think about it a bit. We do try to do, meatless Mondays and, try to watch what we consume, but
Yep.
it's great to think about it more. So
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's true.
Do you feel like you want to act on it?
Sure. Yeah.
We can support it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not about necessarily about supporting veganism because the idea isn't. It's about not supporting animal exploitation, right?
Right.
Right,
I mean,
right.
you obviously. My role here is to come and speak to people and explain what's happening in the animal exploitation and provide the solution.
Sure.
And the solution is veganism. But if you have another solution that would work, it's just as good. But do
Yeah.
you think there's another solution?
I think coming up with a new name would help.
Coming up
People
with
have
because
a negative association with veganism.
I understand that. Yeah, there's a lot of people who have a negative connotation, but there's also a lot of people who have a negative association with feminism, right?
Right.
And yet, feminism is nothing bad. It's just equal rights
Right.
for
They
women.
need new names, though.
Yeah, they need new names.
You need a marketing
I need to
expert.
rebrand.
But in that sense,
Quick rant chip here. The perception of veganism is often tainted by a few individuals who don't understand it, feel guilty about their choices, and then criticize it. Changing the name to, I don't know, plantism or anything else wouldn't necessarily prevent this negative perception. People would still find ways to criticize it and thus give a negative connotation to the new term. However, it's important to recognize that thoughtful, intelligent people view vegans and feminists as individuals who respect others' rights. There will always be those who resist challenges to societal norms, but that doesn't mean we should shy away from these labels. Instead, we should embrace them and take pride in what they represent. We know there's nothing wrong with being vegan. In fact, it's preferable to be vegan. Therefore, don't be concerned about being labeled vegan, but instead be concerned about being labeled non-vegan. That's obviously worse.
but in that sense, you knowing all about this,
Yeah.
I want you to not participate in it. And if you don't want to call yourself vegan, that's fine. You don't have to call yourself vegan, but just don't participate in the
How
animal
about we move
exploitation.
in that direction?
You move in that direction. Just keep in mind that it's already a step forward, obviously, going in that direction. Just keep in mind that while you will pay for an animal product, an animal will be exploited and abused on your
That's
behalf.
good. Yes, that's
Right?
good to bring to people's attention.
So that means that if you don't want to do that, just go vegan. It's pretty easy. If you ask me, I think it's easier to just do it like this. But if you want to take it step by step, I mean, I cannot police you, right? I'll just give you resources and you decide what you want to go for, right? I just want you to
Thank
know,
you.
to be aware about your responsibility in the matter, to be aware that you don't need to,
Right.
and I don't know, kind of how horrible these whole
Yeah.
practices are,
Yeah.
and the reason why we don't want to
Made
be
some
part
good
of
points.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What are your names, by the way?
I'm Rebecca.
Rebecca. I'm Chip. Nice to meet you,
Nice to meet
Rebecca.
Armando.
Armando. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, well, thank
Where are you guys
you.
from, by the way?
We're from the States.
From the States? We're from the States.
Colorado.
Colorado. Nice. Oh, I haven't been to Colorado. My sister lives in North Carolina, so
Okay.
yeah. Let me just
Okay.
give you a card. If you scan this or go on this website and type in this code, there's a thing called the most important speech you'll ever hear.
I'm going to challenge your belief systems today, so certain parts of the speech will be intense.
Okay.
It's actually about an American activist, much like myself, for animal rights, and he it just explains all the practices in animal agriculture. It's not gruesome content. It's like him in front of college students,
Okay.
explaining all of it. Can you promise me you'll watch that just to get to know
Sure,
about
yeah.
eggs, about dairy, about all of
Yes.
it? And then if you want to go vegan, there's Challenge 22. They send you the recipes every day to help you
okay.
be vegan, to help you get rid of the habit.
Okay.
And there's even
Right.
personalized help. Somebody can log in with you on the Discord server, and all of it is free, right?
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah,
Sounds
thank
great.
you.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you for
Okay.
the nice
you.
conversation, and
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
keep don't exploit animals. Okay,
Okay.
that's all we want.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. Have a good one.